Social media. Everybody tends to love it, however, they shouldn't. Did you know the average person spends 2 hours and 24 minutes a day on social media? If you add that number up, that adds to 11.5 billion hours a day of social media use worldwide. As much as I don't like saying this, I grew up on social media. I had these apps such as Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, you name it, as young as 9 years old. I spent way too much time on these apps growing up, and I know others as well. This topic is very relevant to the audience because social media is huge in pop culture. My generation especially, but generations younger than me, older than me, I can almost guarantee a bunch of them have had social media at one point or still have it and constantly use it. Today I'll be discussing the dangers of social media and persuading audience to act towards a change and how to fix their social media life. I'll be doing this through various sources with data and my own personal experiences. First, I will discuss the time people spend on social media. Second, I will discuss the mental health aspects and just the risks you can experience on social media. Finally, I will discuss the comparative analysis and just your comparative thoughts that go into social media. According to the University of Maine, the average time spent on social media is 2 hours and 24 minutes. I had a bad problem with this, and I know a bunch of my friends and family members have had bad problems with this as well. There will be times where I need to study for a test or do homework. Instead, I would constantly be doom scrolling and just be doing nothing and just looking through social media. That was A, non-productive, and B, it was just a waste of time. It made my mental health awful. It made me procrastinate bad. Ever since deleting social media, I have been a lot more productive with my life and a lot more productive with school and just everything in general. Now I will discuss the mental health aspects that tie into social media. According to Newport's Academy's article, How Does Social Media Affect Teens? Youth kids with more moderate or severe depression symptoms were twice as likely to state how they constantly use social media. A study found that teens who spend more than 3 hours a day on social media have an increased risk and exposure to self-harm. According to a 2023 statistic, 46% of teens aged from 13 to 17 years old have experienced cyberbullying and harassment online. I personally have experienced cyberbullying in the past, and it is not fun. It is just not fun, especially when most of the time it's people you don't even know. They're just constantly making fun of you, constantly poking fun, making jokes. It's just not good at all. Finally, I will discuss the comparative aspect within social media. According to selfimprovementdailytips.com, a 2008 study showed that 12% of our daily thoughts are comparison. Now, I know that's an old study. However, with how big social media is in our life and just within pop culture, I bet that number has increased. Most of the time on social media, you'll be seeing people's highlights. You'll be seeing trips they go on, relationships, all fun-loving, good stuff, right? And on the outside, that seems like so-and-so is having the most perfect life ever. However, on the inside, most of the time, that is not the real reality. Social media, most of the time, is used for highlights, not lowlights. I hardly ever see people post what they're going through on social media. And the people that do that, I respect that a lot because it shows that they can be vulnerable instead of just constantly having to post the highlights and just the overall aspect of social media. Ever since I deleted social media, my comparative analysis and just comparative thoughts towards other people went away. I would constantly see famous people, people I knew, living these great, perfect lives, but on the inside, I knew they were struggling, and I would be having a rough time in my life, and I'd be like, I wish I was doing what so-and-so is doing, or I wish I was at where so-and-so was. Like, I would constantly be comparing myself and wishing I was them or wishing I was doing these things. And overall, that is just awful to your mental health. Today, we discuss how social media is bad and the dangers of this. I use my points on time spent on it, mental health risks, and the comparative aspects. It's time we take control of our happiness and overall lives. It's time to protect our well-being from these apps. We should not let these apps just control our lives and have us live through these lives. It is not healthy at all. I can guarantee you, once you delete social media or just limit your intake, your life will be so much better. Your happiness will be increased. Your productivity will be increased. You won't have to constantly think about other people and what they're doing. It'll just be so much better, and just your overall joy in life and just your love for life will be increased. I just want to thank you, everybody, for listening to this speech. My sources were Social Media Statistics by the University of Maine, Newport Academy's How Does Social Media Affect Teens, Self-Improvement Daily's article about the statistic that 12% of our thoughts are about comparison. Thank you.